What up, guys? Welcome to episode 76 of Fresh Off the Mats, here with the Jiu-Jitsu Joes. What up? It's moving week.
It's moving week.
It's moving week. I moved the TV to our new location, so that's why you get this background. I feel like it fits. Right?
People who don't know him are like, why is there an angry man staring at us?
That's the reason we do Jiu-Jitsu. That's Helio Gracie. If you don't know who it is, Google
True.
Helio Gracie.
I had no clue who he was for like the first few months because Fabio didn't talk about him when I first started.
Jesus.
He got mad at me when I didn't know who like Holker and Hoyler were. I was like, who are these people?
How do you join a sport and you don't do a little bit of research behind it?
Francis. The only reason why I joined Jiu-Jitsu was because of Francis. He just
Yeah, but like when you're like, oh, like when I started Muay Thai kickboxing, I did like some research the first week. Like, hey, where did Muay Thai start? Where did it get developed? You don't look into this stuff? All right. That's the new generation. They just blindly
we are in the same generation.
That's how cults are started. Is that people do no research and they just fucking join without a quick Google search. This isn't the 80s or 70s where you could get away with cult shit, because now you could just Google the history on things.
True.
It's not like you got, you know.
It's very true. It's like
he's susceptible to cults. Now you guys know.
Yeah, I joined the Marine Corps, and then 6 months after joining the Marine Corps, I joined Jiu-Jitsu. So
cult after cult after cult.
Pretty much like cult activity continuously.
Cult life.
Yeah, basically, bro.
You just like to feel wanted.
That's what it is, dude. I need to feel part of a circle, man.
I get it.
This man has
It's
abandonment
nice to
issues.
feel-
I want to feel included.
Yeah, no, I want to. I don't think it's specific people. Everybody in life wants to feel like they be a part of something.
We are no matter
creatures
how many
of culture and being together with people.
Yeah, no matter how many people were like, I don't want to stay by myself. No, you don't.
No,
like
even the lone wolf has a friend.
Yeah, like they have to go in town for something. They might talk to, may not be in person, but they like ham radios exist. You'll hear them be like, I talk on the ham radio every now and then. Like, yes, because you need some sort of social
connection
interaction
to somebody.
Like this, just
I don't think you could live in constant isolation by yourself for an extended period of time.
Punishment in prison is to isolate people. Like, there's a reason why that's such the
even if you're just talking to the Publix lady every day, like, hi, how are you? And that's your only social. It's something.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah,
we are.
And even if you don't think of it as such, even watching TV, you're seeing other humans and stuff. Like, you cannot fully isolate by yourself
even
without
if you're
seeing
out in the
a
woods.
human.
What do most people do? They'll get like an animal that they'll talk to because you're looking and yearning for
something that's alive.
So it's like, come on, dude. Like, I get it. Whatever. People want to have that whole mentality. Like, I'm by myself. I'm alone. Shut up, dude.
No.
You're
not a loner. You're just a loser.
So that's what goes around. I'm like, you're probably just a shit person at that point. Because like, what
people don't like you. That's why you don't have friends.
That's what it would honestly come down to. If you really said, like, why do you seem like the common denominator in the issues?
Yeah.
Like, you can't find one person that just wants to hang out with you, bro. Really?
It's like the guy who's like, no girl could handle me, and I'm like, you're just an asshole. No girl wants to be with you. You're just a fucking asshole.
Like you don't know how to be in a good
I'm just too picky. No, you're just an asshole, dude. You're not picky. You're just an asshole.
Because you can have very high standards, but you'll find someone that can still meet it. But like you'll learn how to be able to.
Bro, I dated girls like in my 20s and stuff where I knew it wasn't like a long-term thing. It was like a in the moment thing. Bro, this is normal, and people don't want to talk about that. Bro, you're in your 20s or late teens, whatever it may be, and you still try to figure out who you are in life. But people don't want to admit that they go through like these phases where it's like, oh, I really like this person. It's okay to really like a lot of people and date a lot of. It's okay to really like them, but are they a good fit for you? I dated girls who were just like dumb and like didn't like do anything with their lives. They were working dead-end jobs at like grocery stores, and you date them because it's an experience to connect with somebody and see if it goes further.
Cool. Well, that's like, it's not a bash on their personality.
No, but you realize, there's no, for me at least, it was a deal breaker. I started to notice, there's no incentive to do better. Yeah. You're just okay with being a manager at a grocery store. And it's like, I don't want this to be my life where like you're 50 years old, still a manager at a grocery store. Huh?
They make good money though.
I understand. And I'm not saying anything against them. We need them. But for me, I realized this was something I could not look past. It's something about me. It's not that maybe it is shallow. I feel like I want my person who I date to want more than to just be the Publix grocery store.
You know, the worst part is someone will watch that and be like, wow, you're such an asshole. It's like, why?
Why?
What I don't get is like...
Why? Because I don't want to struggle in life. I want us to be able to take vacations. Not that like I own my own business. And let's say I'm dating the manager of Publix where she's like, I only get 2 weeks a year. We can't go to Europe.
Yeah.
I could afford to take us to Europe. But because you work this stupid job where like you can't take time. Like, I don't want that for my life.
And like that's the thing too. When people see that, you know why I think when people hear that and then like, oh, you're just an asshole. It's like, I think you find like. If someone said that to you, I'd be like, I think that person would find you attractive, and they're mad because they don't fit that mold that you want. And that's also my thing too, is because that's like,
because how many girls like you, but the second you're like, oh, I'm not really into you. Oh, fuck you, you're an asshole. I didn't really like you anyways. And it's like, you just were on my dick, but now you're saying because I don't like the lifestyle you live that automatically I'm an asshole.
It's like, no, man.
Bro, do
and
better.
It's also vice versa, because
I want more out of my life.
I've seen it where guys are just like he'll go talk to a girl and then the girl will deny them and they'll be like, fuck you then, bitch, you're ugly anyway. I'm like, you were just gonna go talk to her, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Relax yourself, bro. You got denied.
This is
Smile,
why I
say, all right, thank you, walk off, bro. Like,
this is because you didn't take rejection well in your life. Like, you gotta be okay to take rejection well.
It's fucking, you get rejected.
Bro,
there's billions of people in this world. You really gotta be accepted by everyone. That means you have an ego issue.
You know what made me feel good? Because I was fat growing up my whole life. I was fat throughout high school. And I'll never forget, I went to go visit New York. This was like a few years later. I think I was like 26, 27. And I went to go visit New York. And a lot of people from high school, from when I was 17, haven't seen me in that time. Yeah. So I went back to the town that I grew up in. And I went to this bagel store. It's called Stuffer Bagel. It's a gourmet bagel shop. And I'll never forget this girl. I'm not going to blow up her name. But she saw me. She goes, Joe? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since high school. Holy shit, you're like Jack now. You used to be like bigger and stuff.
Before you even like really got
Yeah. I was fat last time she saw me. She's like, I can't believe it's you. Nothing made me feel more good because this girl never gave me the time of day. Never said like, I would say, oh, hi, how are you? And like, she just, oh, hi. Like, never like, but all of a sudden she saw me then and she's like, oh my God, amazing. Like, yeah, now wanting to like, oh, how's everything? How catch up? And I was like, dude, if I was still fat, you would have never gave me this time of day. And she put on like, not a lot of weight, but a few more pounds in high school. And I was like, oh, it's funny how those roles reverse, dude. It made me feel so good. That confidence boost.
I had a similar thing. Now, granted, like I wasn't fat or anything in high school.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, so a lot of people knew me, which was also a very weird thing for me in high school. A lot, like I'm saying other people from other high schools knew me. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have that many friends. Like, I'm very selective about who I say are my friends, right? So it's like, other people be acquaintances. I'm not mean or like go out of my way to like hate people, but I'm not like friends with everyone. Yeah. So when other people knew me, it was very weird to hear my name from other places. But like, I remember getting out of high school, and then there was this girl. Not that like I thought she was attractive or anything, but she was like one of the popular people. And then she saw me. She tried to do this whole catch up thing with me, and I was just like, it was just like, we're not cool like that. Yeah. Like that's all I was like, and I don't want to be like an asshole about it, but it was kind of like
being an asshole.
Don't because she was a bitch in high school. That was the thing. Like she was an asshole to me in high school. Yeah. Like trying to like where she thought she was better than me, and so like when we see each other way down the line, and if she didn't just put on just a few, she put on a shit ton. I was like, don't try to act all friendly.
It's the best feeling.
I was like, not saying like that. Like that's what you deserve, but like I mean. Bro, when you're an asshole to people, it comes back.
It comes back. In some way, dude, there were football players who were the popular kids in my high school. Half those motherfuckers losing their hair right now. I still got a full head of hair, one gray maybe, and that's about it.
Hairline is fucking ridiculous,
bro.
Man.
And these motherfuckers losing their hair, beer belly, but they were so cool in high school.
That's
bro,
the peak. I love it
when the peak hits you early.
When high school is the peak.
I'm okay with it.
I hated high school. High school was not my thing, but now it's like I'm very happy where I'm at.
Yeah,
like things are good.
And honestly, I don't feel like I've reached my peak in life. Like I still think good things are coming down the road. Same. So like, I don't know. I live life happy every day. I'm not.
And
like,
that's actually my buddy and I were talking about this. I think yesterday or 2 days ago. So like, and that's also the thing. I don't wish ill on anyone. Like,
no, I don't.
Want to really do well. I hope.
But I'm not gonna minimize the work that I've put in. Yes. You shouldn't either. Like just because you don't wish ill on other people. I hate when people like you should be humble. No. I should be able to be proud of the work I've put in and things that I'm getting in life.
Mistake like what like true humbleness is. I'm not going around bragging.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of what
I'm proud of what I did. I'm not going to be shy about what I did. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, I own a little gym in Fort Myers. I'm going to be like, I own a gym in Fort Myers. It's very successful. If I ever go to my 20-year reunion shit.
No, I don't go to those.
I didn't go to my 10-year one.
I don't understand. I didn't go. But we have Facebook now. I get it back in the day, like you said earlier. Yeah. We have, like, they didn't have Google or Facebook to check on each other. Yeah. If they weren't writing a letter to each other, bro, they had no clue what happened in the past 10 years. Bro, I got Facebook. I know the amount of kids you have. I know the jobs you work. I know where you go on vacation because I see you post it on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, whatever the fuck.
The thing is, nobody from high school other than 2 people know about my life now because I lost the password to my old Facebook when I was in high school because I used my high school email. And years later, I was like, I don't want Facebook.
Bro,
and years later, I made a new one. And I only added the 2 people I'm friends with still from high school. So the rest of those people, they just see this account that has been dead for the last
like, oh, this guy's probably gone. They probably still think you're fat.
Or they probably think I'm dead.
Or that.
That's weird too. Have you had anybody that was in your graduating class that you know that died? Oh, you have? Yeah. That's weird. There's this one guy who went to my high school that I graduated with, and like I remember when he died, like I think it was like 4 or 5 years after we graduated. And it was such a weird feeling to me to be like, oh my God, like I went to school with this guy and he's dead. Like he's no longer on this planet anymore. It was such an odd feeling to just be like, I don't know. We had history together and like history class.
Yeah, like history class.
Yeah. And like I talked to you a few times. He was a nice guy. And like you're just gone. Like he just doesn't exist anymore.
Like existential crisis.
It was weird, dude. It's just weird to just be like this person I spent years of my life not friends with, but in like proximity with. That's a weird feeling, dude. We've had
a few like die from like motorcycle accidents. I know like some have died from like drug overdose.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's died like in a crazy way, like unhealthy way. I mean, drug overdose is unhealthy, but like I don't think we've had anything else crazy like that. It hasn't been much. I think the total's been like 6.
Oh man, it's just so weird because when you're in high school, everything's so green. You're like, oh, all of our lives are gonna go on past this place, and then like people die that like you went to high school with, and you're like, fuck, like
so I don't know.
This guy's path just ended so.
I think it kind of desensitized for me, is because then I mean, right after high school, I mean, I went to college and all that, but then after that, I went to the Marine Corps. I've had like a lot of guys. I've known a lot that have killed themselves, and then like people that have like other people that have died. I've dealt with the personal people within my platoon and section that have killed themselves or things like that. So it's like death has throughout so far like the early development of my life. Because the fun fact I learned yesterday was brains don't finish developing until 26.
Yeah, that's why they say guys aren't mature developed. Dude, when I was 21, 22, I was a fucking psychopath. I was crazy.
I joined the Marine Corps.
I was crazy.
I'm an idiot.
I mean, I'm still crazy to this day, but I think I see things more rationally now.
Oh, yeah. Like there's a difference between the personality versus like the actual thought process. Because I know for you especially, because you like consider death a lot.
Yeah.
So like there is that. Another fun fact I learned about ADHD is there's a reason why like maybe possibly is a link to not thinking about death as much.
It's because you're always preoccupied.
It's the lack of consequences. Like so ADHD brains apparently don't process the consequences as much. Again, this is all studies. Yeah. Everyone shows symptoms differently. But I was like, maybe that's why like when it comes to death, like I don't obviously like I've also been around it. I've had family members and all that, like a lot of it. But it's also the aspect like maybe that's also why I don't consider death in that aspect, because I'm like you know how I drive, right? Reckless. And so I don't drive recklessly. I'm just fast.
This guy does like 100 on the highway.
Normal. But
don't you ever think like, what if my tire just pops right now?
No. Bro,
that runs through my head.
So like
every time I drive,
I'll think about someone else's. I don't consider it for myself. I'll be like, what like.
No, because I can't control somebody else.
But that's
I can control.
But that's
me.
Also the issue in my head is like that's where my anxiety comes from. It's never like I am planning everything that I can control.
Yeah.
So my anxiety comes from everyone else. That's also like part of why I do speed, because I don't like being near people. I hate it. It's like the second if a car is next to me, dude, it stresses me out.
Yeah.
Because like that part, I'm like, what if this guy moves over real quick? What if he doesn't put his blinker on and tries to change lanes? What if he just what if he gets in front of me and then brake checks out of nowhere? Yeah. I think of these weird things. I think of being pit maneuvered out of nowhere. Like, so I don't like being near people. Same thing in crowds. Like I can control what I do, but I'll walk a crowd and be like, what if this guy just randomly tries to punch me in the face?
Yeah.
Like that's the shit that's going through my head. It's like, so it's not, my anxiety isn't like stressing about me. It's like what else is happening, which is hilarious. I saw a comedian talking about that where and it's funny when he made that realization, because it was the same thing I did when I first like went to a psychologist and a psychiatrist when they diagnosed me with all of this, because I thought the same way he did, where he's like, you get on an airplane, right? I don't know about you, but I'll plan like, okay, I'm 7, like this is also how he explained it, which was hilarious because it was so like the same, but he's like, oh, this guy's 7 rows ahead of me. That means it's going to take about this many minutes for them to get to me. This person's going to get their bag. When it gets over to me, this person's going to be able to take their bags out.
Like when you're getting off the plane?
Just planning it all out. Yeah, so that's how I'm thinking, right? So then I have it.
I don't think about getting off the plane. I wait. I sit in my chair and I wait until I see like the 2 rows ahead of me start to stand up.
I'm like,
then I'll think about it.
I'm planning the whole thing, and I'm
because people like,
too.
bro, as soon as they land, people are getting up and occupying the thing. I'm like, why?
So
just sit here until
I can also say part of the standing, at least for me personally, is I don't want to stand. I don't want to sit anymore. So I'll stand and I'll be like this, and I'll be stretching. So I'm like, God.
But people are like in a rush to get out. It's like, dude, those 20 rows gotta wait to filter out.
Walk out, yeah. Or when it's annoying when someone waits in the aisle. And it's not their turn.
Yeah,
like
and they're hogging up.
you, and they'll step ahead to block you in so they can grab their bag. And I'm like, bro, you really couldn't wait the 2 seconds? And that's also what stresses me out because I'm like, you just fucked up the order I made in my head. Because I'm like, it goes in order, but then it was supposed to be like this person, which obviously that's not how it actually works, but it's what goes in my head. So when someone changes shit on me, I get a little fucking stressed. I'm like, fuck you, you weren't supposed to go yet. And then that person.
How do you handle people putting bags in the wrong spot? I don't deal with that. I take people's bags, I'll throw it down the fucking aisle.
No, you don't.
Bro, if I sit right here, that means this space is for me.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, if I see somebody from there putting their bag, bro, fuck you. Take this back there.
No,
Figure it out.
Follow your shit.
Figure it out. I pay for this seat, which means that right above me is for my bag. My bag's regulation size. I don't give a fuck. I will fucking throw your bag down the aisle. I don't give a fuck.
Stewardess.
Huh?
Just get the stewardess involved.
Bro.
Because they can't argue with the stewardess or they get kicked off the front.
I understand. But you get these cunts who try to put their bags at the front so that way they could get up and get it on the way out. Bro.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. Take it back there with the fucking slums. You're not gonna fucking...
With the slum. But it also doesn't make sense. Why don't you just walk with your bag? I wouldn't want to do that anyway.
Bro, because
I want my bag with me. I don't know if someone's going to take my bag.
I don't know, but you gotta keep your bag where you are, dude. I don't believe in that shit of placing bags here, placing bags... Bro, because then you fuck up the order of things, dude. Get the fuck out. Now my bag has to go here because you're back there. You put your bag here. Fuck you, bitch.
You fuck up the order.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
It's very hard. I don't know.
Airplane etiquette is so like, I don't understand.
Have we talked about this? Did I tell you about the whole, I think it's Delta that's going to start giving free seats to plus size people?
No, it's Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines. There's a fat model who went up to the help desk at Southwest Airlines and she goes, I'm a plus size person. I need to get the seat next to me. How the fuck does that work? What happens if it's a sold out flight? Listen, I don't give a fuck. You want to live your life? Live your life. Live, laugh, love. You want to live your life as a fat motherfucker? I don't give a damn. I have a problem with it when it starts to affect me. And if I got to sit down in a seat that's built for a normal sized person, and then I have you sloppy jalopy 300 pounds sit next to me, and I got to feel your fucking croissant roll spill over into my seat. Bro, I'm going to take your fat roll. I'm going to push it back to your side of the seat. Hold that shit. Hold your roll.
Talk about on that side. Etiquette, bro. I hate it when someone tries to take the armrest. It's just like, bro, like, I know there's like, it's like unspoken rules. Obviously, like if you're in the window seat, you have this armrest. Usually if you're window seat, at least like the way I've always seen it is I'm not taking the other armrest. Like that person in the middle will get it because they have to be surrounded by 2 people.
Yeah.
So they
if I'm in the window seat, I sit like this. I lean on the window. So that way they can have
their armrest. So I hate it when that person in the window tries to be like this. And taking both, it's like, bro, no.
All you gotta do is this.
I do.
Just push it off.
Move. I'll be here. Like, what are you gonna do to me? Like, fuck it. I was also telling that to my buddy before even having this. My mentality with it is a very bad mentality because it could easily get me hurt in a lot of situations. But I'm like, what are you gonna do? Fight me?
But like, also, sometimes cauliflower is a good deterrent because somebody will see that and be like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna test."
There's a risk.
Yeah. They do a what do they call it? A risk assessment right before that.
Is this gonna be worth it? But like that's the thing with it. It's just like, bro, it's again very dangerous mentality to have in that. Not dangerous for someone else, dangerous for me. But it's like my thought process is literally that. It's like, what are you gonna do? Fight me? Like I'm down to scrap, dude. Like whether you beat me or not. Are you willing to be punched in the face because I'm down for it? Like, it's just, and it's a problem because it's not a safe thing to have, but it's like, that's the trigger that goes in my head. When I see a little problem, the first trigger is, like, what, are you going to fight me? Because it's like, we'll fucking do it. And I'm a lot better now.
The best phrase that I have is, the fuck you talking about? Because it doesn't really directly say anything to them. It's more like I didn't hear you.
So like, make them repeat themselves.
Yeah. So it gives them a second to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't repeat what I just said. Oh no, man, not like that. So like I'll just play like I can't hear, and they'll say something crazy. I'll be like, the fuck you talking about? And in that moment, like they got to make a decision. Do I double down because he just said the fuck you talking about, or do I say, oh no, man, no, I don't know what I was saying. Blah, blah.
It's
it's the fuck you talking about's a good one because it just is a question like what? Did I hear that correctly?
Bro, it's they said like it's like a psychology trick. It's like a little trick that you could do to people if someone insults you. You know, just like you make them repeat themselves.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say? Because it's like apparently it's not like innate nature to just be an asshole to someone.
Yeah.
Like you have to choose
because you give them a second to process what they just said.
Exactly, and now you got to make it. What did you say?
Yeah.
And then when they
what was that?
Yeah, when they repeat it.
Fuck you talking about?
Now they're thinking about it again, and they also realize how it comes off because now they actually have to process the whole thing. Yeah. And most of the time they'll be like, oh, never mind. And they might try to double down with like a little sly comment. Yeah. But then say, what was that again? And then it's also now it's like kind of like confrontational at that point. Like I'm going to confront what you're saying, but you have
I'm not
to
going to let it slide.
You have to be confident.
I want you to repeat what you just
said. Confident.
Yeah.
So like most of the time, again, most people don't want conflict. So it's just like they're most likely just like, oh, whatever the fuck. And you're like, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. It's like don't try to. Have you seen that one video? It's a quick like little reel video. It's like 5 seconds or so. The guy's like, the fuck you doing speeding like that and cutting me off? I should fuck you up. And then in the same sentence, the guy goes, actually, you probably kicked my ass, but that's besides the point. And just like flip the complete script, like goes from cursing this dude out to, actually, you probably fucked me up, but that's besides the point. Like goes from angry as hell to very calm, admitting he would probably lose the fight, to then just be like, we need to talk about this.
Because I think people, and I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the past, the internet has made so many tough guys where people have this false sense because they could say things without repercussions in the moment that they don't realize in the real world there's instant repercussions that could happen. When you talk on this thing and you talk shit online, there's no instant repercussions.
There's nothing that's going to happen.
There's nothing threatening your life.
I was telling that to my buddies because like I used to have, I would get really bad road rage. You see me drive, like I get mad at people when they do dumb shit.
Yeah.
But like I've watched it with the road rage just because one, I carry often. Like I'm usually always carrying.
Dude, I told
that to my buddy. I told that to my buddy.
I've seen too many videos where people honk and they
just fucking they'll roll right up and just pop.
And I don't want to die in a stupid way like that. So I let people cut me off
my buddy because I told because he told me one day how he followed someone for like 5 minutes. I was like, dude. What if that person's carrying? Yeah. I was like, you're not the only one that has a gun, and that guy can shoot first.
When I was working cowboy one night late, right, where the guy pulled the gun out. Yeah. I was driving home on Metro, and I'm driving back from Cowboy up, and what do you call it? This car like was pulling like to behind me, but not next to me, just pulling like just this, enough. And then back. So we kept doing this like dance where I'm driving, and I see him pull up like this, and then slow down, pull up like this. All of a sudden, we're coming to like a light, and it's green. It's not like turning red or whatever. He pulls up right next to me, and the guy in the passenger seat just pulls out a gun and he doesn't point it at me. He just hangs it out the door, like the door's here. He just hangs it out the window like that. I slammed on my brakes instantly, like as soon as I saw it, and I just let them go. I think they were just kids clowning around. But when I saw that, as soon as I saw it, again, he didn't point it at my car. He just did the thing where he just like waved it along the side of the outside door, and I was like, oh shit, I just hit the brakes and I let them go.
Bro, I've had someone, that's the thing, I've had someone pull up on me.
Bro, it could go south real fast.
Someone was doing that shit to me, but they were like being real aggressive. Then they tried to cut me off and they started brake checking me. So when you do that my gun is on the side of me. Yeah. I put it right on my lap, and then they came up right to the side of me, and that right there to me, automatically, the second they rolled their window, I was like, don't do it, and I just went like this. And so they don't see anything, so they see my elbow come up, I was like, do not do it, and they just sped off, and that was it. And I was like, bro, to me, I'm like, why would you take that risk? You don't know what I have.
Bro, it's not New York, it's not California, where the probability of someone carrying is a lot less, even though I still think you shouldn't do it. But we live in Florida. Places like Florida, Texas, where people... It, dude. Dude.
Don't test your fucking luck, bro. It's not a smart idea.
It's not smart. Just let people cut you off. I let people cut me off all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, go for it.
Like, I'll be upset about it, like, this motherfucker, bro. Like, someone almost
But I never go outside the car.
I'm not gonna chase you. The one dude, and this is also where, again, this was just a few months after getting out of the Marine Corps, very angry person. One dude got me out of my car. Because he started revving up on me, and then he almost hit my car, and then he got out. I'm not gonna let someone just walk up to my car because I've seen plenty of people like get grabbed and then just fucking pounded because there's a car in front of me. I can't go, so now I'm like, fuck.
Oh, if you're stuck.
So that was so that was the thing.
You're
That's
stuck.
why I got out and I was trapped. But what pissed me off was because he was he wasn't like small, but he was like small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was taller. But when I saw him get out, I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And so, bro, I went to go put my car in park, but I let go of the brake too early, so it stopped in neutral. So when I got out, I was like this, and I felt my car move, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then my car moved. I was like, shit. So I had to come back, and he was just like, just fucking move your car, bro. I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. He's like, I got my kid in the car. I was like, then be a better parent. And then he gets back in his car. That was it. And then you know what this dude did? With his kid in the car, drives off honking, flicking me off, driving like this, not paying attention in front of him.
Example.
And I was just like, oh my God, dude,
What a
you're
good
worried about your
example.
kid in the car, bro, but...
Bro, I don't know, man.
Don't take risks. That's also why I started carrying more, because some shit like that. Because I was like, bro, one, now if anyone were to walk up to me, I'm like, it's gonna be a bad day for you, dude. Like, don't just walk up to people's
Is
cars.
it illegal if somebody gets out of their car to come to your car?
We asked my buddy.
No. Is it illegal to take your firearm and fire a shot in the air?
Yes. You cannot get warrant. This is why I hate like the internet warriors when they talk about things like that.
Yeah.
Warning shots are illegal because now you're disrupting the peace. You're discharging a firearm in a public setting. You are in danger. You can be called for endangering others. It's also, there's another charge you can get for just discharging your weapon. Yeah. Warning shots are not a thing. Obviously, if you're on like a big 5-acre property or whatever, sure. In the middle of a fucking busy area, you can't just fucking pop. No. Bad idea. 2, my favorite thing is like when people look at cops and stuff and they're like, why didn't he just shoot him in the leg? That's torture. You are torturing an individual if you just shoot him in the leg because pulling a weapon is for deadly force only. It is when deadly force is authorized is when you can pull your gun. Yeah. And so then you have to shoot to kill.
Is it illegal if somebody's walking up to your car to just hang your car out the window and be like, don't fucking walk up?
That's brandishing a weapon.
I get it, but isn't that better than confrontation? Because then that guy's like,
you can't just publicly brandish your weapon and get in an argument with him. So now if he walks up, you can articulate, oh, this guy, I was under threat, and you can now use deadly force because you don't know what he has.
But I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. I'd rather give you the symbol and you're like, okay.
So, well, that's what usually happens when they pull a gun. Don't brandish it. Have it ready in the car. Be here.
Yeah, but then it's too close. If the guy's walking up to your car and you just hang it out the window, it's a little like a warning sign. I know, I understand.
You cannot do that.
But I diffused the situation before he got to my door and escalated it way more than it needs. Because I'm not going to wait here and be like, hey, what's up? Now we can have a conversation when it's this close.
If he's carrying and the second you brandish it, now he dumps into your car from behind. Because if I see that, if for some reason, if I'm in the situation, a guy walking up and someone pulls out a gun here, I'm stepping off the X and I'm shooting him.
I'm getting everything on my car I'm carrying.
That's not smart either.
Why?
Because you become a target to be robbed easily. You're the first person. It's just like when people open carry. Open carry. If any of you open carry,
I saw a sticker with Brian today, and it said on the back, "I carry a gun because carrying a cop is too heavy." But at least it's kind of a warning, and it lets you know, like, oh, this guy does have stuff, so I shouldn't honk or annoy this guy.
You know to shoot first. Now I know you have a gun. I'm gonna shoot first. You're not gonna get a first shot on me. Like that's. That's why I think those are dumb. It's like when you open carry, you're the first target, dude. If someone wants to rob a spot and you have your gun out, who do you think they're going to shoot first? Yeah. The guy who has his gun brandished out in public. Instead, and with me concealed, you don't know I have one, so you're going to go target this dude. I'm going to cut you from an angle.
I just would like for there to be some kind of warning, like, hey, don't fuck with me, I have it. Without, like, you know what I mean?
You give them warning. Don't come near my car. You let them know, don't come near me.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell the person you have a gun.
That sucks. So don't fucking walk up to someone's car.
I know. Like, I know that guy with that sticker on his car. It basically tells people, like, hey, you should probably never walk up to my car. Like, it's a forewarning way ahead of time.
It is. But it's also a quick way to get shot first. So it's like you said, two sides to each coin. I don't brandish any of those things. Like, when the Gracie sticker on my car gets faded too much, I'm going to take it off and I'm probably not going to put another one on. Because, again, it's another thing.
Well, we're getting new ones that are not going to fade.
But even then, like, I probably won't put another one on my car because it lets people know, like, oh, this guy does do something. So then in their head, they might be like, well, I'm going to shoot first because I'm not going to get in a fight with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it gives them that one extra thing.
But I think this thing also helps, too, because there's been times when I was definitely speeding and cops pull behind me and they see that sticker and they're just like... I don't know. I think it's gotten me out of a couple of tickets.
There's definitely a good chance.
Because people also know my car and like the cops that are like come to train at the cops class. So I don't know. I think it helps. So
moral of the story is, guys, don't
be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Fucking be
guys,
nice to everyone. Be good.
Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week with our new setup. And yeah.
Things are going to be a little different.
A little different, but it will be all...
We are on schedule. Do not worry about that.
Sex.